Warm-up international, and they're just not quite dominating that phase of play in the way that they'd want to, I'm sure.
Yeah, certainly Scotland have got to have one eye on the fact that the step up in terms of quality of opposition is going to be a severe test for them. And if they wanted to try anything, not dramatic, but try any new moves or whatever, this would be a very good time to have done it.
Well, they have got Romania coming up on the 18th of September, which will be another physical test for them, but you know, you'd expect to win that match comfortably as well.
I've just seen fresh legs come on for Portugal. Manuel Moura, as Scotland go on the attack once more. The offload there to Simon Taylor. Certainly been one of the outstanding forwards here today of Scotland. Oh, that was a loose ball. Portugal almost got their hands to it. And here goes the winger once more. A little offload to the substitute, who's going to go over in the corner. Hugo Southwell scores for Scotland. That is his 8th try representing Scotland. And his first Rugby World Cup points. So the score goes to 40.
Well, a little bit scrappy. It's becoming quite open, and when the defences begin to lose their shape, people like Simon Webster really reap the benefit of it. Another little jinking run, and then Southwell on the outside. Easy running for him. And you do just wonder whether the floodgates are about to open. We're approaching the last quarter of the match. Portugal will be very game opponents for the first 60 minutes.
Well, Chris Patterson in his career 568 points. Ah, my goodness. 570, and it was very, very simple. That was a difficult kick, but he took it so well.
Well, he's got the best percentage as a goal kicker of anyone in world rugby.
That's right.
People think Dan Carter or Johnny Wilkinson be up there, but it's actually topped by Chris Patterson.
Well, Paul, the substitutions coming in thick and fast. Just to let you know, Rui Cordeiro was the man who made way for Moura for Portugal. Scotland have made a double change. Scott McLeod and Kelly Brown, the two coming on, making way, Scott Murray and Jason White.
Thank you very much indeed. So a good spell of bad news for Portugal with those two guys coming on. A couple of very experienced international players. That was a monstrous kick there by Scotland, almost down to Portugal's 22. Chris Patterson, good player over the years.
Interesting contrast in kicking style between Chris Patterson and Dan Parks. Patterson favouring the torpedo style kick, whereas Parks tends to go to the end over end.
Which style do you prefer? I'm of the old school, actually, the torpedo myself.
Well, you're talking to a front row forward here, Paul. Yeah, I've got it.
So Scotland into Portugal territory once more. Scotland just got to be careful there. A few hands going in. But referee was right on the spot, right out to the wing. Lamont has it. Once again, he does, as he does so often, stays on his feet and commits 2 or 3 tacklers to bring him down. Lamont on this side too. Well, the slip pass there didn't quite come off. At 25 metres out. And Sean Lamont there almost acting like an extra forward. And Portugal defence has just got to be aware here. That was a looping pass which slowed play right down. So no way through this time for Rory Lamont. Still outside Portugal's 22. You can have no complaint whatsoever about the amount of commitment shown in defence about Portugal. That was knocked on. Well, so his kicking boots might be on, but his hands weren't too good there.
It's just a little bit static. You know, Scotland, when they're getting quick ball and recycling quickly and bringing runners onto the ball, they're looking very, very dangerous. But when it's static, they're passing and not actually coming onto the ball at all, and it's just, well, you can see they're not really progressing at all.
Punch thrown by number 16, Red.
Yeah.
Right.
I can bring you up to date with a couple more changes. Sorry,
you happy with the penalty?
No, you carry on, man.
Okay, and we're about to on the field.
Just
okay,
gone off for Portugal, being replaced by Diogo Coutinho. And Scotland are preparing to make a fifth change. Rory Lawson is about to come on, I would assume, for Mike Blair.
Thanks very much indeed. I was about to say, you know, the legendary French sports newspaper L'Équipe has a star system in terms of the entertainment value and the quality of the game. And I just remember seeing
your guys. No more punches in the game.
Let's just listen to this first.
Okay? Cut it out.
The captain there just being warned that one of his players was guilty of a punch thrown. But the star system is supposed to represent the quality of the game, both in terms of rugby and entertainment value. And notice the England performance the other day had something like a 2-star rating, England versus the USA. I wonder how many you'd give out of 6 for this.
Well,
Captain?
They're actually Scotland are looking a bit like England in the last sort of 5-10 minutes of play. They're very static, no dynamism to it. They're still probably in 3rd or 4th gear. You know, they haven't hit full steam yet.
Well, they have in patches. They certainly did early doors in that first half when they had a bit of a tri-fest on there through the exploits of Rory Lamont. Maybe they can score from here and about 8 or 9 metres away from Portugal's line. The forwards haven't quite got that rolling maul sorted out, have they? But here go Scotland. Little mismatched midfield there, and it didn't really come off again.
Very static, no pace on the ball, and actually fairly straightforward for Portugal to defend.
So Lamont just bringing the ball back to the penalty. Patterson just putting it out on the full there, so we'll have a line-up. You can almost guarantee that this time the take will be Scotland and the driving maul will be on. That was why Portugal were penalised. Here we go, Scotland on the attack, 5 metres out. And they haven't really put together a concerted rolling maul during the course of this game. Portugal have oversport it, but that is better. Over the line, certainly. But they'll have to come back for the scrummage. And that too could be a very interesting prospect ahead for the Scottish forwards.
Tried this rolling maul consistently this evening, and they've tried it in the past, and I think they'll need to think very carefully about whether it's a tactic they employ when they come up against the All Blacks, or indeed Italy, who have a very solid and robust tight 5.
So a little bit of a roll on here for Scotland. 5 metres out, they prefer to release it. A little bit of a dummy run there by Lamont. Lamont staying on his feet. And he's going to try and get the ball back if he can. Mike Blair absolutely screaming for it. And Portugal sniffing around there. Oh, dear me. That was very disappointing from Scotland.
Well, as you say, it has been fits and starts. They had a couple of tries just a few minutes ago. I'm sure that that's entirely legal, is it?
Just about trying to rip his head off.
Well, I say the colour of Sean Lamont's hair, he may be mistaking for the ball, is he?
Now, Paul, it looks like both teams are making a change at scrum half. Luis Pissarra is coming on for Portugal, replacing Jose Pinto. And Rory Lawson still waiting for the go-ahead, is just coming on now for Scotland.
Well, Rory Lawson will be looking for his 8th Scotland cap. There goes Mike Blair. Just had a shot at the moment. There is number 20, Rory Lawson. So first touch of the ball there for Luis Pissarra. The captain picks up, goes on his own. Dangerous tactics when you're so close to your own line, but that has given a little bit more space for the clearance. And in the end, that was good play by Portugal.
A good close-up of the front row battle. Power there by Vasco Hoover, the skipper.
He doesn't look a big muscular player, but he's certainly showed very good strength, very good mobility throughout the course of this game. Coming up towards 70 minutes. Scotland 42, Portugal 10. And certainly Scotland looking, well, I think they've got the bonus point for the number of points they've scored here today, but they'll certainly be looking just to put this game totally and utterly beyond doubt, which I guess it is already, but they will certainly want more points on the board. That would boost their confidence. Lamont goes once more. The fullback looking for a hat-trick. Here's a try by Scotland. Kelly Brown, he's only been on the park a couple of minutes, and already he's scored. His third try for Scotland.
That was better. Again, Rory Lamont is definitely been the man of the match from a Scotland perspective. They're always threatening, big, powerful guy, and this time a lovely offload to Kelly Brown in the right position where every good flank forward should be, just on the shoulder and support. There he is. And a good score for the border.
So Chris Patterson hoping to make it 2 out of 2. I'm amazed the power he manages to get into his kicks with such a short run-up. His technique is absolutely immaculate. And once again, Rory Lamont so influential in the scoring of that try, but it was Kelly Brown who got the touchdown.
While that conversion was being taken, Scotland made their last substitution. Scott Lawson making way. Ross Ford, the player to come on.
Thanks. So that means that the whole of the Scottish squad, as you predicted, David, would get a bit of a run out here today.
Well, I think Frank hadn't always wanted to give all his guys a run out. He did in the warm-up internationals. It's the right thing to do.
That was a good take. Good little side step there. Just missed out Lamont. And just bounces over the head of the Portuguese captain, Vaso Uva. Into touch. Good kick once again by Chris Patterson. Interesting that, of course, it is a Scottish player that holds the record for World Cup points, isn't it?
Big Gav.
Big Gav.
Someone step, please.
So walkie-talkie, an essential part of the team management's armory now when they're sitting on the touchlines talking to each other. We'll have some players sitting up in the stand, or some of the management sitting up in the stand, some at ground level. Good tackles coming in from Scotland. No way through. Oh, I was going to say no way through. That was a good little break there by Pedro Cabral. Good pickup. That was good work by the back row. Master Hogg doing some great work. A little darting run there from Patterson. And high tackle on Rory Lawson. The play carries on, getting closer to Portugal's 22 once again. Nathan Hines, who's had a very good game here, particularly in the line-out, of course, just towering over his opposition, but Portugal have got it. There he goes again, the skipper. Vaso Uva doing great work, and Scotland have been penalised.
Well, I'll be disappointed. They've just turned over the ball in situations. Ewan Murray going a wee bit high there, perhaps.
I don't know, you know, it looked to me as though he just didn't have an arm around his throat so much as he just had a hold of the guy's shirt, you know, high up. I don't know. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, isn't it?
No, I don't think he was penalised for it, but equally I don't think the fellow who's tackling Rory Lawson, Cabral, was penalised either, so quid pro quo, I guess.
So almost on the halfway line. Time is running down for Portugal. Scotland almost to the half century of points, as Correa is over to take the throw in. He's built like a little ox, this guy. Looking for a good throw-in, and that was a good take by Scotland, stealing it once more at the line-out. Certainly they've had the lion's share of victories at the line-out, but Chris Patterson darting inside, sidesteps two of the Portuguese players, eventually caught there by Somoza. Lamont swings it across, a little chip forward. Oh, that was a bad bounce for Leal. Leal wants to take it quickly, though. Good enterprise by Portugal. I wish in a way, you know, that Pedro Leal was playing closer to the scrum, because